Hey everybody, this is B from Kongs R Us. Welcome to a Sunday Funday show where we'll be talking about a couple of different things today. I know the title of today's stream saw Mrs. Kongs R Us in some old cosplay outfits and a collaboration cabinet that Arcade1Up is about to release. And so I thought it was interesting because this is event season. This time in the summertime is sometimes my favorite time of year because it's Comic-Con season and there's a lot of fun things that I really love about Comic-Con. If you follow my channel for a while, I've done tons of different shows about my experiences going to Comic-Con for many, many, many years. Even before I started covering home arcade content, I was a consistent attendant of that convention. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. But I got to go last year in a different capacity, helping out at an event that Arcade1Up did. And so with Comic-Con right around the corner, and I will be going there on Thursday and Friday because I always try to find a way to get to Comic-Con at least for a few days every single year, even though it's changed every single year since I started going. I'll be excited to see what will be there beyond just the Arcade1Up stuff, just the magical, fantastical time that Comic-Con is. So we'll talk a lot about that today. Any other things, topics in the home arcade community, let me know in the chat what you guys want to hear about. And if you're watching this on replay, thanks so much. And again, let me know if there's other things you'd like to hear me talk about on Sundays or Thursdays or any other time that I might be going live, because yeah, that's what this channel is all about. It's kind of just showing and telling the things that are interesting to me. I know a lot of people were here from the IR Arcade content. Somebody said they want to know a status update for my IR Arcade, so we can talk about that too. And hey, Ettensoft is here. Speaking of IR Arcade, the Circus Clown Interstellar, guys. I think that's the name of the actual game itself is developed by the Ettensoft guys. I saw a little note in a Discord channel for MCAP saying they will be releasing soon their official version of the IR Arcade version of Circus Clown Interstellar, whatever it's specifically called, I forgot. But you can purchase it specifically and have a way to upload it. The mystery encoder USB enabler will let you do that. So quick status update on the IR Arcade since we're on that subject. I got all my games back. I did 100% all the games that I had originally before Mystery Encoder actually did tell me to delete my games. If he says otherwise, it's not true. It's not true. You can look at the tape. You can actually see it was actually clipped. Toxin, by the way, another content creator who's been starting to make some new content, clipped the show. So check out Toxin's video and you can see specifically the timestamps that Mystery Encoder said, press the C button and you should delete whatever's on the screen. No, that is an IRK tool that lets you delete all of your games. So don't do that. In fact, I'm sure that troubleshooting a bit is one of the reasons why I put myself up to be a guinea pig and help do some of this testing in software. Because one, it's fun to do this in general. I think the modding and hacking, and even if you would call it that, has always been one of my favorite things to do in this home arcade space. And I love doing it live because you never know what's going to happen. And I love working with super smart people like Mystery Encoder and Nix from A Custom Arcade and developers like Ettensoft. Just supporting really cool people in the community has been what this channel is all about. So that happened. Deleted all my games, but I just used the iArcade app. It actually did show all my games were still in the app, but it showed that they were still installed on my cabinet. So I had to actually uninstall them one by one, and then I had to click install one by one. And yes, the iArcade servers are still active, and it downloaded everything. So I wanted to go through the effort to make sure I could download it through the real servers. I don't know how long that's going to last. There is that possibility where if I had the games and my actual system backed up through the USB enabler, I would have been able to, create a backup before I started doing anything. And then if something went wrong like this, you should be able to use that restore option and put your cabinet back to the point that it was before you did anything. Unfortunately, that portion wasn't ready yet for the stream, but here we are. I'm back up and running, and I still have Metal Slug, and I still have Brock the Investigator. I did lose Circus Interstellar, unfortunately, though, because I'm waiting to buy the purchase version from Ettensoft, and we'll upload it once we can. So stay tuned for an official tutorial, because I think the batches of the actual little USB encoder board is going through another slight redesign from the A Custom Arcade guys. They needed to make it just a little bit easier to create and make because it's a one-man show. Nix is really a one-person show who was doing some mini soldering for the boards that he sent out to the small group of testers, and that would take a long time if he was doing this by the hundreds. If you think about even just the potential number of people that bought Glenn's retro show deck for the iArcade, you know, he reached over 600 orders already just for a $180 deck. And so if you think that all those people would be interested in modding their cabinets, 600 orders of something for one person to do would take a long time to do. So he's looking at a way to mass produce them a little bit cheaper. So expect the final designs to come out pretty soon. And yeah, support a custom arcade. So stay tuned. I'm sure a lot of people will let you know when that's available. It's sub $30 and it'll let you to do some cool stuff for the arcade. So that's the update for the arcade. And Sauce says, we'll be sure to get you a copy of Circus Interstellar back. Appreciate it, man. No need to purchase it. We'll get you a copy fair and square. No worries, man. I really do like supporting developers and you know, purchasing and encouraging that from the community. I think that's what it's all about. So Ed and Soft, thanks so much. But yeah, we'll get you hooked up. So let's move into our main topic for today. And forget about the Arcade1Up collaboration with KITH. ComicCon is coming up pretty soon. So let me know in the chat if you're excited about ComicCon in general. Like these events, like going to events, man, they're so exciting for nerds and geeks of comic culture and pop culture. ComicCon has changed so much over the years, though. I started going to ComicCon in 2006, 2005, I want to say. It was 2006, one of those years. And at the time, I was able to go very, very cheaply for all 4 days. I think you always hear these stories of like, back in the day, it was so easier to go participate in all these different things. And it was because I had friends that were in the industry that would get industry passes, which are comped, but they would be able to get their friends 4-day badges for like $25. So my buddy George would be able to get stuff because he worked for Sony and was like, hey, you want a badge to go to Comic-Con? I was like, heck yeah. And then, yeah, we got badges. And then I take my family and be like, hey, you want a badge? He's like, oh, I haven't bought one yet today. He's like, oh, we'll just buy one the day of. We'll just go there and purchase a badge. No, you cannot do that anymore. Comic-Con, especially San Diego Comic-Con, is one of the most attended conventions in the entire world. I would say. I don't know specifically if it's the highest, but in America, North America, it's definitely one of the highest attended conventions that sells out so fast. Like the way to purchase a ticket just to get into Comic-Con these days, you have to be able to sign up for this kind of registration date list. So you got to create a Comic-Con ID badge, right? And then they don't tell you when the actual date is to purchase the ticket. So once you get your Comic-Con badge and then they say, hey, there's now open registration to be able to sign up, you have to start getting in line in a queue at like 8 a.m. Pacific. And then the tickets start at 9 a.m. Once you're in that queue, it's like this random selection. If at 9 o'clock, you will randomly get selected to join the virtual queue to buy passes. And then from there, it's like a race to be able to purchase not only your badge, but you can buy up to 3 additional badges if you have everybody's like names and IDs. So it's a shit show to be able to purchase tickets. Even like the line to purchase tickets is worse than the lines that you see there, because it gets even worse when you're at Comic-Con these days. The lines to get into the lines is stupid. I don't understand, you know, even the current state of Comic-Con, what they're going to do to improve that. So all I'm saying is that it's hard to get into Comic-Con these days. And I'm so thankful for my buddy, Crystal. And she's an amazing friend who helps pull together a group of friends and spreadsheets the heck out of being able to get these passes and says, if everybody gets in, here's the order. You need to buy the passes. And then she actually helps everybody that wants to go get badges to go. So if you have an interest in going to San Diego Comic-Con at one point, you know, I highly recommend getting a pool of people together and seeing if you can help each other out, because it really does help that purchasing experience. There are secondary people that may buy an extra badge here and there to try to sell it secondarily, but try not to trust that, because the way they've cracked down a lot is that those badges are assigned to an ID. There's an RFID badge thingy that you have to kind of scan in and scan out. So it's super, super hard to be able to get into the convention and buy day of tickets. And, you know, scalping them has even gotten worse. But it's like almost like $75 a day to go to Comic-Con these days. Preview night's $55 and Sunday's a $50. But other than that, $75 a day just to walk into the convention. And so the convention hall, if you've ever been there, is this large exhibition hall, right? 360s. You got into SDCC ticket, but you didn't go because your friends didn't get in. It was too uncomfortable going alone. Dude, Dude, there's so many things you can do just to walk and see. I mean, I wish you could go and just check it out. Yeah, so New York Comic Con, you got early access. You never sweat it. Oh man, all these people talking about Wizard World, not a con leader. So, I mean, the convention hall itself is just something to be really amazed at. If you go into a convention hall and think about, any convention has rows of vendors, right? And you think about it, sometimes it's row 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000, just keep going. And so most maybe smaller conventions will have, 10 rows of vendors, maybe 20 rows of vendors. They go from 100, aisle 100, right, all the way to aisles like 7,000, which means there's like 70 rows of vendors from one end of the hall all the way to the other day of the hall. So in 4 days, if you just walked the whole entire convention center and checked out every booth, you could even do that alone for all 4 days. On top of that, there's all the panels and the different things that you can do too. So it's definitely an experience. You have to decide what you're going there for. And I did hear, unfortunately, this year that due to the writer's strike and things that are happening, there's been several panels that have been canceled, which totally sucks. And yeah, for folks that are interested in going to a panel to see your favorite TV show or movie and hear from the creators, getting into the revered Hall H is its own story. Because they used to do things like when Star Wars was being announced or The Walking Dead, and these big major studios would do big panels. Like it would be waiting for hours, sometimes days, to get into the big convention hall to hear the latest updates about what's going on. And being there in person is definitely a nice kind of unique experience. But I do think that the advent of kind of the virtual world of the pandemic and sharing news in different formats has really decreased the luster of waiting so long to go to these events in person to be able to like share news. I hope they do something to bring some of those Hall H convention style announcements back, because those are some of the most fun times that I had, waiting in line and helping out each other to make sure we save each other's seats and spots. And it's like a day in Hall H means that you go, you sit in a row with your friends, and then you take turns during panels that you don't want to watch and go run into the convention hall, and it's a bathroom pass, and you just have to get back into Hall H before this panel ends so you can go back and reserve your seat. So there's this weird like community thing that you need to do. So Comic-Con needs its own instructions on how to Comic-Con. If you go for the first time by yourself and you don't know what to do, it is so easy to get lost. So it's really cool to get some instructions from people that know how to Comic-Con. Crystal, my friend, is one of the most amazing Comic-Con coordinators. But yeah, that's Comic-Con. It's a ton of vendors, right? Sounds like SEMA in Vegas. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Vegas shows are insane. When I went to CES, I mean, that's a big ass show too. I mean, that's like multiple locations and tons of booths, but this is like one convention hall. So biggest comic convention, SDCC, is just really, really crazy. 360 is saying Ed Boon and MK1 trailer will be at SDCC this year. Yeah, so one of the cool things that like Comic-Con has done is that it's transcended just comics. There's video game section, there's pop culture, movies, and traditional vendors. There's an artist alley. There's like something for everybody. The toy geeks. I'm a big toy geek, so I used to go there. So yeah, that'd be cool to see what's happening there from the fighting game community. Worst part of Comic-Con is the lines for exclusives and bypassing them and hire people that wait in line for me. Oh my god, I could talk a whole show about getting exclusives, because that used to be, if you look at my toy room, that used to be the main reason why I would go to Comic-Cons, because I was a toy collector and I used to go to Comic-Con specifically so I can get exclusives for toys that I was collecting, mainly the Hasbro booth, because I was a big Transformers whore. And so that was my main top. And then there were some cool other vendors that I would love getting exclusives from every single year. In fact, if you see up there, these are all custom plushies that were made by one of my favorite vendors. They're a clothing company called Fat Rabbit Farm, and they made these collaborations plushed animal bunnies that's like kind of a cute character, and they made collaborations with different brands, and so those were handmade, and so they're like, think about $50 to $100 each for one of those. And it was like, oh, these are exclusives, right? That's the whole point, is that they're limited. You can flip them. And man, getting in line for exclusives was the worst, but it was so thrilling once you kind of got that big item that you want. The worst year for me getting exclusives was the Hasbro booth used to have like these big marquee items that would just be stupid big. Like Fortress Maximus was a Hasbro exclusive one year that was literally this half my size, and I had to get 3 of them because I was buying shit for other people. So I'd be walking around the con carrying these giant ass bags, and you're like, oh, it's like it's really intense to get exclusives the first couple of days so you can enjoy it. So Wednesday preview night, Thursday is all about getting those exclusives that you want. There's so many things that you can get. But it was like Fortress Maximus. Another year, it was a Metroplex. Another year, it was a giant Ghostbusters Optimus Prime kind of exclusive thing together. One year, there was this Magic the Gathering axe set that had like a little like Magic the Gathering card set in it too. And all I would want was like this little Transformers figure that's this big, but I'll be buying big shit for everybody else. So exclusives, man. There's the Funko Pop line is really, really hard to get into. Lego exclusives. What else? And Mattel, right? Those are some of the big ones. I'd say the biggest ones that used to be really hard to get into were Hasbro, Funko, and then Mattel. And so nowadays, I don't know. I've kind of given up on the exclusive world of stuff. Yes. Seems like virtuals have taken the shine out of SDCC. I know. The Hall H concerts with JJ was epic. Pastafarian, you remember that? With JJ Abrams took people from the Star Wars Force Awakens panel and took people. I missed that year, but I heard epic things about it. So funny thing, the next year after that, I think one of the last people on Saturday to do a show is Kevin Smith, right? Is that right? So Kevin Smith from Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith, right? And so he does like a little stand-up thing where he talks to the Hall H audience, and he told the story about the previous day where he was the person right after J.J. Abrams when they were talking about Star Wars The Force Awakens and took everybody out of Hall H to this concert, and he had to go back on stage and looked at J.J. Abrams, was like, I want to go to the concert, but he has to stay there and finish the show for the people that were there. So it was like a fun, intimate thing with a empty crowd because everybody went to a freaking concert. So, man, there definitely have been some epic things that have been. Oh, and the swag, the freebies, man. That's another epic thing about going to these conventions is all the free handouts that you get, right? Remember going to booth to booth? Oh my goodness. All right, Mrs.
Talking about free swag. This was from ComicCon last year.
Is it? All right, so we're talking about ComicCon in general and the exclusives, the freebies from all the different conventions that you've been to, especially ComicCon. What would you say is like your favorite freebie thing that you've gotten?
Before
the swag.
I answer that question,
yes,
I need my drink.
You need your
drink.
Say hi to the chat.
Hi, chat. Freebies from any conference that I've been to?
I would say ComicCon. So we're talking about ComicCon specifically.
Okay, that's my favorite freebie.
Hold on, I gotta get Mrs. Kongzura some drinks first.
It's hard. I mean, a lot of times you do go and you get like the tote bags and stuff like that too. You come back with a lot of crap. That's
Remember
for sure.
the one that I got you?
Oh yeah, that actually was. Oh, but then that wasn't like you go to a booth. You had to go to one of the panels, which is really hard to get into. And I'm sure you told the audience that like you line up in Hall H the night before. You're basically camping out. There's no guarantee you'll get in. Queue moves in. You sit in Hall H. If there's a panelist that you want to see that's later in the evening, you're there all day.
Yep, I did talk about that. You want to go get the one and show them?
Yeah. Let me see. Love the swag. I've been to 80s and 90s CES before the video games went elsewhere. Cool. Now that they do lottery, which is good. Yeah, so you talked about that too. The lottery for limited items are really nice too. Yeah, I think I would say the best thing you can get aside from crap is just the experience and hearing the fact that like JJ Abrams had the let's go outside, have a concert for the Star Wars Force Awakens, or the fact that you get freebies during the panels that are pretty legit. I will be right back as I go get that.
Did I ever meet Lib at SDC when she worked for Hasbro? I did not. I don't think she went. Maybe she did go to SDCC, but I know she had talked about being involved in the Hasbro convention because they actually hosted a Hasbro specific fan convention. So yeah, I didn't get to meet her at any time back then. So I just met her last year for the first time. And unfortunately, she's no longer with the company. And yeah, she's bringing what I think is the coolest swag item that I got for free at Comic-Con. And it is the wand
Newt Scamander
from Newt Scamander from what is it, Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter. So during that panel, they give out free stuff, and they give out free freaking wands to everybody in the audience. And so you can imagine giving out a freebie to an giant group of people, thousands of people. So what they did is in each row, they handed like, hey, here's 10 of these
Take one, pass it
wands,
down.
take one, pass it down. And then I was like, oh crap, I want to take two. And so like I'm confessing now because I was a little shady bastard. I got an extra one for Mrs. Kongzera. So we got two. We got two because you know you're shady like that, and the person at the end just says,
no, they don't want to take it home. Like a lot of vendors take stuff, but they don't want to cart it back. They don't want to pack it up.
I guess they're just giving it to people.
The best thing I ever gotten
shady.
at a conference, and I'm not going to say the name of the conference.
Yeah.
There was a vendor who had a cute little what was it? Those hitch up RV things that they have as a booth. But then to make it seem like a camp theme, they had to buy beer and stuff like that. So I went to the vendor. I said, "Are you giving out those beers?" And they said, "We're not allowed to serve alcohol, ma'am." Says it. If I took it, you're not serving me alcohol. And they said, "That's true." So I've walked off with like 6 packs of beers from like that conference.
Nice. So I think this was the coolest giveaway that I've seen at ComicCon. I also got a hat from the Marvel Studios group too, which is really cool. All right, you just turned that up.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, it's okay.
This one's really nice too. The stand that you got me. It's actually pretty.
I think it's from E3, isn't it?
Was it E3?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I feel like this. I don't know what it is. I think this was an E3 giveaway. But yeah.
But I could be
all the giveaways at conventions were very, very cool. And so speaking of giveaways, and now we'll just bring this full circle back to Arcade1Up for folks that are watching because you know, I put in the title that Arcade1Up is doing collaboration with KITH. Last year, they were at the Star Wars booth area. In Star Wars
KITH
booth.
Or KITH?
KITH. Okay. So last year, Arcade1Up partnered and was in the Lucas Pavilion, and they had a bunch of their Star Wars pinball machines out, and their giveaway was this T-shirt. So yes, on the side it says San Diego Comic-Con 2000, and what doesn't say the year of it, but this was last year's T-shirt that Arcade1Up gave away if you bought a pinball machine from them. So you had to pay, I think, full price. It was like maybe $600 or so for a pinball machine at Comic-Con, and you got a T-shirt. So they weren't giving it away. You had to like, you know, purchase one or pre-order it and you would get one. And then we also hosted back when Liv was here, that community event at the brewery in North Park of Comic-Con too, just to be able to promote more fandom and get some brand awareness out. So I kind of joined that activation last minute and was like, hey, I love going to Comic-Con in general. So I went to go help out Liv specifically. And I really had a good time doing that. And personally, I really enjoy the community events that I've been able to bring to the community, whether it's Comic-Con, whether it was the warehouse sale last year, whether it was EVO, whether it was the Super Bowl event or Chicago. You know, those collaboration events are just super fun for me to participate in and go to. And so I really enjoy bringing that to the community. I hope that I can start doing that again because I plan to go to Comic-Con and obviously I'll be seeing what's happening there. So expect some coverage there. In fact, I have a special guest that will be coming with me to Comic-Con, and that is the one Justin Console Kits will be hanging out with me.
I thought you were going to bring him on stream, but he's not on stream.
He's not on stream. I should have invited him on and asked if he would come on, but that's okay. You might see him a little bit later because he's flying in earlier and then we're going to drive down. So expect that. I think that's going to be super, super fun. I do think that this is a Psylocke outfit. Okay.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little tight. I might have to ask you to start leveling up my sizes.
Yeah.
But if anything else, I can always replace the blue belt and I'll do the blab.
It says, click the thumbnail. Are you didn't disappoint it? Now he's at it. He's just in it and he's in it and leaving. He's all good. You got it. I did promise Mrs. Kongzera to dress up as her amazing Psylocke. I love that outfit. Does Justin even make content anymore? Justin is from the last interview that I saw him making with Zod Rider, said he's taking a little bit of a break from YouTube for now. So I hope he does start making regular content again. But for now, in terms of his regular Sunday content, I know he joined a cover band. We'll hope that he comes back pretty soon, but you'll see him back and maybe he'll put up some stuff on his channel that next couple of weeks or so. The Olivia Munn outfit. Yes, Olivia Munn was an excellent Psylocke, but I think Mrs. Kongzera is better.
This is Olivia Munn outfit?
She did a Psylocke cosplay at one point too.
Okay.
Yes. Ooh, it's hot. Okay. So thanks, Messiah. I appreciate that. Okay. So let's talk about the collaboration with KITH and what the heck is it? So have you ever heard of the brand KITH before?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What is KITH?
Clothing brand.
It is. You've heard of KITH before?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard of KITH ever before. So
Because you don't follow clothing
because
brands.
I don't follow clothing brands. So what they are doing is KITH is doing a collaboration with Marvel for the 60th anniversary collection. So this is on marvelousnews.com that was posted yesterday on the 15th. Talks about the 60th anniversary of Marvel KITH. And so they're doing a bunch of different collaborations, not just with Arcade1Up, but with other things too. So there's Marvel KITH, XMen illustrations. There's Marvel KITH and ASICs. They have, what is this, footwear component with Beast, Cyclops, Gambit, Rogue, Storm, Wolverine, 1975, 1980.
Ooh,
yes.
Brown and yellow and the blue. And
did you have a preference for the brown, yellow, or blue, yellow one? I feel like I grew up with the blue, yellow one.
Blue, yellow, because that was the animated series. The brown, yellow is very old school.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so there's an Upper Deck trading card collaboration that they're doing as well, and there's some pictures down here that we're going to get to in just a second. A Marvel KITH Modernica collection with the luxury home brand. There's custom versions of fiberglass shell chairs. You can get some fancy XMen chairs.
Wow, fiberglass shell chairs.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in such a long time. They used to have fiberglass.
Sounds very classic. Vintage comic book panel. And then they're doing a custom retro game with Arcade1Up. Not completely custom. It's essentially the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 shell with specific art. But they are doing a pop-up. This is it. They're doing a pop-up from the 19th to the 23rd. So 19th on Wednesday is what's called preview night. So that's only open from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. one day. And then Thursday through Sunday, they'll have an opportunity to shop, pop up, and then they'll have assortment of stuff. They'll have an Arcade1Up game. And the tournament will give players an opportunity to battle head-to-head in XMen Children of the Atom, aka COTA. The winner of this tournament will be gifted one limited Marvel KITH Arcade1Up game console. It's funny that they call it a game console. Contestants can sign up at the pop-up and notify that they've been qualified. This is what I want to talk about because
so you don't get stuck. You can wander. You can wander around. And
I don't know. I think this is like one of those things that I have not a ton of confidence in how they're going to collaborate and coordinate this particular giveaway. So let's just take a look at the pictures of all their collab things just so you can see. So that is the Arcade1Up KITH cabinets. What do you think of the artwork? Do you like it?
Can you make it bigger?
That's
so control. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so it has a KITH marquee, which is just blank, and just
no. That's what KITH is.
I know, but there's no nostalgia for that, right? So it's just kind of like the brown. But the side artwork, this is that very Jim Lee, very iconic snapshot of.
It's the first time Arcade1Up is having like their branding on a cab, right? Because usually they don't do that.
No, they have. There's tons of branding everywhere.
Okay.
No, there's Arcade1Up logos on everything. Yeah, but it's a very like carbon fiber-ish design on the front. There's a coin door. It's KITH on the side and XMen. So from a design perspective, out of all the collaboration cabs that we've seen them do, whether it was Supreme or something, like this artwork, in my opinion, is pretty cool.
It's kind of interesting because it's like old Wolverine, the brown yellow with new Cyclops, because that's not the
no that's the issue. So that image is from the series of comic book variant covers for that X-Men comic series.
I didn't think brown yellow Wolverine partied out with like non-hooded Cyclops.
Oh, yeah, he did at one point. And so this is one of those 19K Fox did a whole breakdown where he showed the whole picture of it. So yeah, on the other side, we don't know what's going to be on the other side. Hopefully it's another set of characters from that comic series. But yeah, this whole style of cabinets is really, really, really cool. Okay, so how do I get to?
Go back.
No, I want to close that so I can get to the arrow. Okay. So there's that fiberglass chair. So you can see that. Oh, so yeah, you're right. It is hooded Cyclops from those comic variants, right? So those are some comic variants. That's a t-shirt, KITH t-shirt. Very, very cool and very clean. There's Asman. There's Storm.
Ooh,
very classic Storm. Xavier KITH, right? Professor X. Ooh, limited edition trading cards. Very shiny. Did you ever collect? You remember the X-Men trading cards back in the day?
Yeah.
I used to love X-Men trading cards. I actually have the whole set of them still. There's another comic. Oh, I hate these pop-ups. All right, there's another comic. 60-year anniversary t-shirt. No, collared jacket. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Shoes. Lots and lots of shoes. What a display. It's just a random thing of shoes because that's going to
instead
get
of one picture for everyone, like there's Beast, there's Wolverine, there are two Wolverines, Gambit.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just random, like they're just colored.
Like
There's
hashtag
colorways. Yeah, so I don't know.
That's the ASIC logo, right?
I guess so. Okay. Anyways, that is the. Oh shoot.
Oh shoot. What do we do?
Oh shoot.
Oh shoot. Stop sharing.
Oh shoot.
Did we just freeze?
What's that?
We froze.
No. Okay. There it is. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, we're back. All right. So those are the different things that are going to be at the collaboration booth. And again, the Arcade1Up cabinet that they're giving away. I'm assuming that they'll have that version of the cab there to give away. And from what I saw in the collaboration thing, it's 4 days that the tournament is happening. I have no idea how they're going to be doing a tournament on 4 days of the convention. So from anybody who's ever run a tournament, and the game that they're going to play is X-Men Children of the Atom, and I actually do want to show off Children of the Atom in just a second. So I have my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet here set up and we can look at it. But I want to go over just the logistics of what I feel like if I was running the tournament, and I don't know if Arcade1Up is hosting it. I don't know if KITH is hosting it. What could be the best thing that they can do so that this giveaway or prize goes smoothly compared to their last giveaway? Because we know their last giveaway was, let's just face it, it was a shit show. All the things that happened with that. And that place, ComicCon, is a perfect storm location for people to be so angry about getting something for free or participating in something for free if it's not well organized. Like, this is going to be stupid, and there will be more complaints about participating and doing something like this than there will be positive sentiment about doing a giveaway unless they get this right. So this is why I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to be able to say, hey, maybe there's 100+ people here that have feedback in the chat that can talk about, like, if you were at an event and there was a giveaway, how would you like to see that giveaway run? Like, I don't know if they're going to listen to this at all, but I figure it's out there, and let's try to give them feedback. Let's see if we cannot have this be an Ashley edition of something, right? Giveaway. And let's make sure that they do something right? B said people don't care about ComicCon 4 days. That's odd. See, and that's the other thing, right? Imagine I'm only going Thursday and Friday, but it's a 4-day tournament. How do you get person from day one to still stick around for Sunday at the next place? Like, to say that it's a tournament over 4 days, I think the thing said chance to win. And so
maybe you draw your name in a raffle.
Yeah, so then it becomes a random giveaway and not a tournament. It's not the winner of a tournament gets it, like, unless. And so if there's so many different things that I don't understand. Don't let us just wipe anywhere near the Arcade1Up booth. You trust Moat and fly him out and do it. So I mean, like, so people like Moat have done online tournaments. Steps does online tournaments. Our good buddy Rev, Put Your Quarters on a Glass, way back in the day, was hosting tons of tournaments online. And those tournaments, to host them online, take hours to do, right? Even with just 8 to 16 participants, it takes a long time to coordinate even an online tournament. So in-person tournament, to get everybody there, to sign them up, to put them in a bracket, to have the times that they're playing with each other, and the randomness and craziness of everything that I mentioned about Comic-Con happening in the background. I can see that being a really, really bad recipe for a not great experience for people that are there. And so,
well, my thighs are sweating for them.
Yes.
So is this heat.
Is it?
Yes.
Super hot?
It's hot.
So, I mean, what do you think? Like, if you were at a convention and saw like they were going to host a tournament, like, what would you want to see happen to be able to make that a little bit easier to sign up? Let's just talk about signups. You've been to Comic-Con before. Like, what would you want to see happen?
Well, the fact that you don't have to be there and they can text you is nice. Because if you were just like Hall H there for one thing, like, you wasted your Comic-Con experience. Maybe a giveaway every day. And then for folks who have committed to the 4-day thing, you get the big stuff. But like, that's also very privileged, right? Like, not everyone's going to be there all 4 days.
Yeah.
At most, folks are there like 1 or 2 days.
Moat says, nah, you're good on that. Moat, you don't want to be a showrunner and help run a tournament because it takes a lot to run. All right. So P-Dub says, I'm confused. Is it one arcade they're giving away and they aren't selling away? I think they are officially releasing it, but they're giving one away too. That's what I would assume, because I think it says that they are available for sale, marvelous.com. Let me double check one more time. I think we can confirm based on what they said just a second ago.
Oh, we're gonna do a read along.
Okay. So let's go back to this. At the bottom, it says Arcade1Up Comic-Con host a special tournament using their collaborative Arcade1Up games from the 20th to the 23rd at their pop-up inside San Diego Comic-Con. So that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tournaments will give players an opportunity to battle head-to-head on X-Men Children of the Atom. The winner of this tournament will be gifted one of the limited Marvel KITH Arcade1Up game consoles. Contestants can sign up at the pop-up to be notified if they've qualified. The Marvel KITH exclusive will release early on the 19th to 23rd. Marvel KITH 1UP console will release publicly on Monday, July 24th at 11 a.m. Eastern on kith.com and the KITH app. So it looks like if you want to purchase that collab cabinet, you can do that on Monday after Comic-Con. So there won't be any signups day of. Don't know how many they have, but any of the other collaborations that have been available, they usually do sell out. So if you are interested, I think that's what's going to happen. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. Thanks for pulling that up.
Interesting. Right. The winner of this tournament will be gifted one of the limited Marvel consoles.
Yeah.
But it's implying that there might be multiple consoles.
Yeah.
But the winner of this tournament instead of the winner of these tournaments. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not coordinating the tournament, Mike. I'm just curious to say, like, hey, like whoever's running the tournament, like I just happen to be going on Thursday and Friday, not coordinated.
You won't be there all 4 days.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah. So I'm not even like helping run it or anything like that. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna see if I could potentially join, right, and see if I could. But that's the whole point, is like, can we give feedback to them? Paul Mindeman says there's a bunch of KITH cabs coming through the port, so you assume they'll sell it not just in big numbers. Yeah, KITH cab deserves to be a deluxe cabinet. Yeah, I think so too, right? It would make sense if you play and win, you get entry to drawing. So this is a good thought, right? Like maybe they'll do a tournament each day of a certain number of people, and then the winners will go into a slot too. I think that'll be one. Akuma Rev is here. He says, it's almost like they need a proven team to manage the giveaway. Doing tourneys and events and giveaways is a thankless and hard work for no real reward. Thanks for the $20 super chat, Akuma Rev. I think anybody like Akuma Rev and Mike and Steps and anybody who's ever run a tournament.
Or you're giving away free stuff.
Or you're giving away free stuff. It's a lot of work.
You really love it.
There's a lot of work to go into this, and I was there seeing a lot of that work happen in the background. I remember one of the first couple of tournaments that Akuma Rev did or Moat did, and there was people that kind of wanted to help and help the showrunner run it. And I think there's a lot of different sometimes cooks in the kitchen of how things should run. So this is why I'm so curious how they do this. Okay, so here's my vision of what they could potentially do at Comic-Con if I was running this and I was there for all 4 days, because I don't know what they're going to do. It's 4 days.
Before you get the thoughts.
Oh, yes.
I also love the comment of Jason M, who said gifted one of those. He also noticed that nuance in word, but gifted.
Gifted.
X-Men,
yeah.
Gifted.
I don't even know if they're going to be like, so when I go there and I see whoever rep is going to be there, right? Maybe I will ask about, hey, what's been happening? And because we've not seen anything official from Arcade1Up besides addressing their last giveaway. And so it might be worth asking kind of what they plan to do about that.
The word choice, gifted.
Gifted.
So instead of winning, gifted, because X-Men are gifted.
Oh, I see. Yes, head to head, winner of this tournament will be gifted.
Instead of the winner,
you don't win it.
Will win.
Yeah, and it doesn't say chance to win. Contestants can sign up and be notified if they qualified. So maybe you sign up and you're notified if you enter the tournament. This makes no sense. I have no idea what they're gonna do. Yeah, tournaments that are paying, they're fun to watch, paying to coordinate, manage. Okay, so knowing how crazy Comic-Con is, and you randomly get thousands of people that'll be walking by your booth and sign up and see that there's a collaboration, because who knows how many people have seen this news article and know ahead of time that there's going to be something available. I think at some point you'll have the cabinet there and says something that says, win this cabinet, join tournament at this certain time of the day. And so if they hosted a tournament each day with first 8 to 16 people to participate, to sign up, we'll be able to play in the tournament for that day, right? And so the single day tournament is kind of how I would run it, because you don't know if everybody would be there all 4 days is the biggest logistical issue, because they sell single day passes. You got Thursday people, you got Friday only people that are there only Sunday. I could only imagine you'd be hosting a tournament and then the person that won Thursday moves on to the next round and then they can't go because they can't be there. Like, to limit the participation to people that are there all 4 days is dumb. You can't do that, right? So single tournaments every single day, and then and for whatever how long it takes, because it takes sometimes hours to run a tournament, like it'll be just limited to that pool, and then the winner of that tournament will get a chance to go into a drawing. So you'll have 4 winners for each day, for one each day, and then you would have to do like a random prize giveaway out of the 4, and hopefully everybody that wins the tournament also gets something, but then the grand prize winner is given away fairly by I don't know who, right? No content creator should be responsible for giving this away. This should be 100% run through KITH. And I think it would be great if it was run by KITH and there wasn't really any Arcade1Up involvement. If this is a KITH collaboration, like let the KITH guys run it, right? And have them give it away on their socials or whatever. But yeah, I think that's how I would do it, because that would be able to allow everybody to participate that's there the day of. Yeah, it would be the only logistical way I can see this happening. What's up, Rafi? All right, Mrs. Kong with all that equipment on. I know. So A1Up would do well to give away with over 10,000 awards. Prizes actually under respect and trust that is needed. Yeah. East, you wait in line. One set winner should be in the drawing. Yeah, I just don't know. Rafi, we're just talking about Arcade1Up being at ComicCon, and one of the big things they're going to be doing is a tournament with KITH to give away cabinets. And I don't have the trust that it's going to go well. Don't let UAG run the contest, you'll be fine. I don't think they should have any content creators at all running any of official things for them in that capacity. I think they should get real tournament showrunners for things, people that have experience, running some of the legit fighting game content community tournaments out there, like at Combo Breaker or CEO or Evo. There's tons of volunteers and people that have run, legit tournaments that maybe they should invest in, and reaching out to folks that have that tournament experience to help them run something in the future. Because we could do things, but I think there's a little bit of conflict in doing so very, very cleanly. So I would say that would be my best advice to see what happens. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they'll do it right? Like on a scale of 1 through 100, how confident are you that they would be able to pull something like this off?
Everyone get free tacos.
Free tacos. I
can imagine that. Know. Like a coupon or something.
Yeah, everybody's a winner. Participation trophy, right?
Here's a $10 off coupon.
Yeah. Our radio should keep their cleans hand of the giveaway. Yeah, like let it be a KITH giveaway, right? I think so. What game is the tournament going to be on? All right, that's a good question. Okay, so let's talk about that right now in terms of what the game is going to be. Is Don D and Jabali friends? Yeah, I think John knows a lot of the people in the fighting game community. So Jabali, obviously from CEO Gaming, would be great to run that. Obviously, they have Jay Wong working for Arcade1Up, so I'm sure there's connections into. If they wanted somebody to run a fighting game tournament, I'm pretty sure they could find somebody. I think they could. The thing is, you're gonna have a hard time for anyone who even wants to do this. B-Rev said it earlier: a thankless job with a massive headache for no real reason besides the love. You know what? Yeah, I think so. I mean, you want to find somebody that's going to be invested. Maybe you really are paying vendors to do it, to really do a good job, instead of just having it run for free by the community. I think that's what people want to see, as like a legit tournament run by some experienced people. So you get that original credibility into it. The signups are clean. It's a fun thing. Yeah, so let's talk about the game they're running. So it's an X-Men cabinet. It will be X-Men Children of the Atom is the game that they'll be playing. So have you heard of this game, Mrs. Kong Zeros, before?
Sounds familiar. I thought I knew it, but it's different.
Yeah, so X-Men Children of the Atom is a classic arcade title, and I'm just going to put this overlay in the background. Woo! So here it is. X-Men Children of the COTA, or sorry, Children of the Atom, otherwise known as COTA, is on the Arcade1Up Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet, but it was also available on the X-Men vs. Street Fighter 2 cabinet too.
I noticed that on the marquee too, but yes. Rachel Summers is in the Marvel vs. Capcom?
No, that's Marrow. That's not Rachel Summers.
Well, I thought it was Rachel Summers.
Yeah. No, that's Marrow with her big old bone back like octopus claw thingamabobbers. But yeah, so COTA was on 2 Arcade1Up cabinets for online play. And now that people have it, you can see it here. This game came out in 1995 and was one of the first games that came out after the Street Fighter Alpha series to have that style of artwork. That this game laid the groundwork for the future Marvel versus series. So after this was X-Men versus Street Fighter, followed by Marvel versus Street Fighter. Then you got X-Men versus Street Fighter, or the X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, and then Marvel versus Capcom series after that. So this game is very classic, you know. And so I'm put up a lobby if anybody has a cabinet and would be curious to come on the show and play me live, so people can see what you would have to learn to play. Because I don't know how many great COTA players there are out there. I think
if somebody has a cabinet, does somebody have a cabinet? Or
yeah, I mean this is out there. I just opened up a lobby, so if anybody wants to get online and play me just to demo the cabinet itself,
it doesn't go on sale until July 24th.
No, there's no. Yeah, the KITH version has this game on it, but there are existing people that have this already. So people, if you have a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet, if you have an X-Men vs. Street Fighter cabinet, and you want to join me in a lobby and play a game, let me know. But yeah, this has 10 characters in the game. You can see that classic Wolverine Psylocke, beautiful Psylocke there. That's the outfit. It's very slow in terms of gameplay. I would say it's, has, some basic move sets that follow that Street Fighter 2 Alpha series. Was following the supers, and there are some combo systems in this, but I don't know a lot personally about the game, and so I was trying to get somebody else that was very familiar with the game to join the show. If you have any COTA knowledge of this game, 360 just joined me, and you want to come on to talk about this game, I would love to have you join in and give a little bit of history and feedback about this, because I just want to do some demo gameplay, and we can talk about it. Do you want to play against 360?
Sure.
Yeah? All right, Mrs. Kongzarus is going to get in here and play against 360. Who are you going to play as?
Psylocke, obviously.
All right, so Mrs. Kongzarus, all right, is going to play as Psylocke. Psylocke playing Psylocke. Oh my goodness, there's so many Psylockes on the screen. And we're just going to do some play calling here just to kind of show you guys what it could be like if we're doing a tournament.
So
and
these are still like punch kick stuff?
Yes, correct. So you have your top 3 is your punches, your bottom 3 are your kicks. And yeah, you can just do she's a little bit of a Shoto, so she has a fireball. And yes, exactly. You got it. There you go. She does have a dragon punch type of Shoryuken as well.
I know how to do that.
Oh, but you put automatic move, so you might be in a little bit of an easy move. And there is a bar for you to do a super as well. All right, there you go. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. All right, Cham is here. Okay, so here's who he's talking about. So Magic Series is referring to the combo system. So the Magic Series in the Marvel versus games is low punch, low kick, medium punch, medium kick, and then finish off with the strong punch or a strong kick. And so those games, if you're doing a combo system, so if you're trying to get in there, so you would push those buttons in sequence, but you have to do it slow. But let me know if that's correct. But yeah, that's how you would combo in this game. But yeah, I really don't know much more about this. Akuma Rev says, also nice pinball cabs in the back. Showing this to, yeah, I just got some more pinball machines, man. All right. And Prince Malcolm says, X-Men COTA contains no air combos, but has crazy unlockables to play as Akuma. True, I did saw a statistic about this, that because Capcom agreed to do this, they agreed to have at least one Street Fighter character in the series from Capcom or in it. So that's why they have Akuma as a hidden character. All right, 360 said, why didn't they just include the games list from X-Men versus SF Cab? It was more suited for the artwork. I mean, they have the MvC2 PCB, so that, I mean, the MvC2 PCB pretty much has everything on that, including War of the Gems and X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. So it has pretty much every game. Fireball. You gotta do one of the, like each fireball with a different button goes a different direction. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the same direction.
Yeah. She's getting there. All right. So it was Marvel Superheroes came after COTA, then X-Men versus Street Fighter. Oh, you got it. I got it wrong. You can barely play COTA. Mike of All Trades says X-Men versus Street Fighter would have been a better choice for a tournament, but it's matched the theme. Ooh, Psylocke won. You really got it? Did you really win? 360. Did you really let her win? Did you let her win? Lots of Psylocke players. Footy knows more about it than me, so you should ask him. All right. Ensoft says you wish to play this game as a kid. X-Men would have been your jam. Yeah, I do remember playing this. Capcom Acclaim worked on porting this over to PlayStation and Sega Saturn, and it was good. Kumura says, bro, first ever crossover fighter game with air combos and Magic Series. So much info on this game.
Are you watching another stream during your own stream?
What are you talking about? No? No, just hitting that. So yeah, I don't know a lot about this game, honestly. I'm terrible at this. Okay, I'm gonna play 360. We're gonna play one more legit round, and then we'll kind of close it out with kind of final thoughts on this game. Does she go down? No, she doesn't go down.
Yeah, time to post.
Here, you can read the chat and talk about everybody.
Alrighty.
Go.
We got treat spots.
Okay.
I am a beast. Oh my god.
Oh, nice. I see that. Oh, okay. 5-hit combo.
What is Acclaim? Acclaim worked on porting this over to PlayStation and Sega Saturn. Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So I'm learning Magic Series. All right. So I'm going from low to high. So Magic Series also works from just like low punch, medium punch to punch as well.
Tornado fly.
So I got a block.
Double zipper.
Oh my goodness. I just did another special. Oh my goodness.
It is 87 degrees in Riverside right now. Free tacos. That'd be awesome though, right? Like anybody who comes to the tournament, you don't win a cabinet, but you get free tacos.
Oh man.
I'm yelling into the microphone. I'm so sorry. I think everyone's just so focused on watching me play right now. Oh no! Mike Hawkert says he's never played COTA. He still has his $350 Walmart XMen versus Street Fighter box in the garage. The animations are smooth. Are they smooth?
Yeah.
It's kind of like pixely. Oh.
It's fun. Just listen to some music. Feels good.
So, what are the combo sets? Not the combo sets. What are the special move sets? There goes one. So the PS1 versions of these, of all the verses were horrible. The audio, BTM, timing was incredibly off. Also, load times were bad. BS. Did anyone in when you're younger have to put your PS1 on the side so that like the disc would spin correctly instead of like up and down? You remember those days?
Yeah.
Oh wait, you won. Yeah, good job.
I did. Woohoo! Thanks for the matches, 360.
Later,
love it. Okay, so that was just some sample of COTA. I think there's gonna be a lot of button mashing happening at this tournament.
That's what I did.
Yeah. I don't think this will be a great experience for folks, but you know, it should be pretty entertaining. I don't know. Just we'll see. I think more people would have been better at the X-Men versus Street Fighter or Marvel versus Capcom or even MvC2. I mean, the cabinet will be there all weekend long, so maybe they'll have some other things happening. But yeah, I think that's X-Men COTA. That's the game that will be playing at Arcade1Up's pop-up in the Marvel section at Comic-Con. So we'll see. I have a friend that will be going on Wednesday on preview night. So I would say as soon as we get some feet on the ground for folks there, I will ask some friends that will be walking by that section to to stop by and see what the booth looks like. What are you doing?
Keep going.
Yeah, I will ask people to be able to see what the booth looks like. So we'll probably get some pictures. We'll get some people to stop by the booth and we'll get more details. As soon as we get more details about it, I don't know if anybody is going to be going to Comic-Con from this community that watches, but I hope the people.
Justin will be going.
Justin will be going. I will be going. So on Thursday and Friday, I will definitely post some news about what it would be like to join that particular tournament. In other news, though, let's just pivot to another topic about Comic-Con. One of the main reasons I'm super excited, go Mrs. Kong's about going to Comic-Con. We're pivoting completely. We're talking about pinball now. Mrs. Kongzerus, do you know what new pinball machine just got announced?
One that you're not gonna buy.
I know I'm not gonna buy it because I'm not really a fan of this live stream it. Yeah, I'm not going to live stream. Sorry, what is it? No, I'm not gonna buy this pinball machine, but they're announcing a new Stern pinball machine. It's gotta be at Comic-Con. I told you what it is, remember?
One of the nights I've been drinking. What?
No.
Remember
it was like Tom Hardy or it was other person.
Venom?
Yes. Yes. There will be a Venom Stern pinball machine at Comic-Con. So yes, I will be Topher Grace. Topher Grace or Tom Hardy Venom, whichever one they use, will be at Comic-Con. And all right. You're so weird. All right, you got to get back to the gym. Thanks, Ansel, for joining in. We'll finish up the stream really soon. I just wanted to mention that I'm excited to go there. Justin and I were, when we talked about going to Comic-Con in the first place, like we literally planned to go. I bought tickets to go months ago already. Had no idea if Arcade1Up was going to be there doing anything, but I knew last year when I went, the Stern pop-up was really fun. And when I heard that they were going to be doing a release there, I was really excited. So I think I'm going to be more excited for checking out Venom is one of my main reasons for going to Comic-Con. So it's definitely not the exclusives anymore because I don't need any more stuff. It's definitely not going to be, checking out the panels and things because no celebrities and Hall H and those people aren't going to be there. People are saying no more celebrities are going to Comic-Con.
At this moment.
It's going to be Stern Pinball at Comic-Con is going to be the hottest thing that I'm most personally interested. So let me know in the chat if you're interested in seeing anything in particular at Comic-Con. Last year, I got to see a demo of Street Fighter 6, check out some cool things. I'll see if we can do a walk around of the floor and show you guys a little bit of taste of the craziness that is Comic-Con. Sometime on Thursday, I will be live streaming. And there we go. AW1 says a $2 super chat. Nice costume, Mrs. Kongzerus. Thank you so much for being here. You're a pinball bartender. 360 is a damn shame that the Williams never made a Mortal Kombat pinball machine. All right. Thank you all so much for joining. Have a great rest of your Sunday, Mrs. Kongzerus. Anything else you want to say to the chat before we leave?
It's hot.
It is hot.
All these machines are on.
I know. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Let me know if you guys want to say anything else. We'll see you next time. Bye.